This summer was one of the hottest on record. With heat so stifling, at times it felt extreme, even surreal. Enter the portable neck fan, the latest and hottest, pun intended, category of products designed to instantly cool you down with the touch of a button. Welcome back to the Whatchamadoodat channel, where we dive deep into product reviews, self-improvement, and parenting. Today we'll be reviewing this particular neck fan, the Coolify 2 Carbon Black Special Edition from Torras. Weighing in at $249, it's easily 10 times the price of your average neck fan. The bottom line conclusion as to should you buy this? Well, you're really going to hate this answer because it depends. It depends on what you want to get out of this product and how you're going to use it. We'll unpack this at the end of the video. In order to get there, we'll first take the regular edition of the product, which costs $70 less, and compare it side by side with the special edition of the product and see what the main differences are. Next, we'll run through a standard review of the product, talking about packaging, specs, features, user interface. Then we'll take a step back and ask two bigger questions. How does this product, or neck fans in general, work on your body physiologically? And the second question is, will this product save the planet and save energy? And finally, I'll explain who should buy this product, who shouldn't, and why. The use case for this product is actually a little bit different than what most people imagine and how the companies are marketing these types of products. As always, feel free to skip around with the timestamps to save a little bit of time. This is the Torras Coolify 2 Carbon Black Special Edition Portable Neck Fan. And at first glance, it may look just like the regular edition. But why does it cost $70 more? The special edition comes with 25% more battery life, this carbon fiber-like finish, and a temperature-responsive coating that changes color from orange to black when cooling. Coolify 2, you had me at temperature responsive. This is coming from someone that was a kid in the 80s and 90s. I put the battery life to the test in this time-lapse video. On the left is the regular edition with a 4000 mAh battery, and on the right is a special edition with a 5000 mAh battery, both turned on full blast on cooling mode 3. And almost precisely to the manufacturer's spec, the regular edition died at 1 hour and 30 minutes, while the special edition still had 19% remaining. The special edition went on to last until 1 hour and 56 minutes, which is 29% longer than the regular edition. So the special edition does have more battery life, and it even goes 4% more than what the battery claim is of 25% bigger capacity. The first thing to note is that the packaging is fairly well executed. It's a very nice gift box, and when you open up the box for the first time, you'll see that it comes with a very nice carrying case, a hard clamshell type of carrying case. In case you forgot that the product is called Coolify 2, there's a big reminder on the front. If you didn't know where to put the product, you can always put it back in its case. I personally find it a hassle to have to put it back in the case. It's just easier to put the product in my backpack. The first thing you'll notice when you take it out of the box is that these two pieces are flexible and joined together by this rubberized attachment that makes it, I suppose it makes it fit more different sizes of necks. So for me, when I put it on, I feel like it's pretty comfortable. There is a problem when I eat, and it's probably because I have just this big jaw. It seems that I can really feel the product like moving around as I'm chewing. So this form factor is a bit thicker and bigger than in previous generations, but overall I think it still is pretty comfortable, and it's comfortable if you wear it for a long time. The main stars of the product are these two cooling plates on the side that wrap around your neck. And when you turn the product on, these plates can become very, very cold very, very fast. And the claim is that the temperature of these plates can go down 27 degrees in just 1 second. And this is done by what's known as the Peltier effect. So the Peltier module here can drop the temperature down really quickly. The chip that controls it is called the KU, that's KU 2.1 chip, so it's new and improved. Besides the cooling plates, you'll see that there are 4 different cooling vents, and this is where airflow is sucked in by these 2 bladeless fans outside of where your neck is, and then the cool air is blown onto your face through these 4 vents. Probably the one feature that is really unique, and I think does not exist for any other neck fan out there, is that besides cooling, this neck fan also has a heating feature. So that means that during the winter, it's not going to become something at the bottom of your drawer. This will continue to be a product that you can use year-round. The battery claim for this product is if you have it on full blast cooling, which means it's on cooling mode, the plates are cold, the air is on full blast, level 3 cooling. This product can keep you cool for 2 full hours. Charging is done by USB-C, pretty standard stuff. I really like the hidden LED design. So whenever you're powering on and toggling through the different buttons and options, there will be a display telling you what the battery level is, what the cooling mode is, and this is all underneath this carbon fiber-ish finish, and that's really cool. What I'm not a big fan of is the kind of the clicky feel of it. It would have been a lot better if instead of clicking, it was just a tactile, a duller kind of thud, and not this kind of like plasticky, clicky feel. I found that when I was wearing this outside, when you have the cooling mode on, by default the fan is also on, the fan that blows the air into your face. And the thing is, when you're outdoors, it doesn't feel like the fan actually does very much for you because the air that comes out itself is not being cooled. It's just sucking in the air that's immediately around your environment and blowing into your face. So on a really hot day, when it's, for example, 40 degrees and it's just the sun is just baking you, the air that's blowing on your face is really hot air. So it is not helping, and I wish that there was a control where you could turn off the fan. Right now, whenever you have the cooling mode on, by default, the fan is blowing. So it would be nice to be able to turn it off because sometimes I just don't want the air on my face. I just want only the cooling effects of the 2 cooling pads. So moving on to the bigger questions. And the first one is, how exactly does this product cool down your body? How does it work physiologically? Well, in order to figure this one out, we'll take a look at an laboratory experiment that tells us a bit more. This study is from the Journal of Athletic Training. It's a peer-reviewed journal, and this study is by 2 PhDs called Cooling the Neck Region During Exercise in the Heat. The objective of the study was to study something that's known for a very long time. If you apply cold to the back of athletes' necks, they can run faster, run harder, and go much longer before they quit. Having the cold in the back of the neck somehow decreases and dampens the level of perceived strain and override some of these safety signals that your body sends your brain telling you to stop. How did they go about testing this? They took 8 endurance athletes and they recruited them from triathlon clubs, running clubs. Once the athletes arrived at the lab, they were weighed, and then a rectal probe was inserted 10 centimeters past the sphincter. Ouch! So you can see that triathletes here are really tough athletes and can put up a lot for the sake of science. They would run to the point of exhaustion. They did this 4 times to set a baseline, and then they came back a week later, and half of the men got a cold collar that they put on the back of their neck. Here's a picture of the cooling collar. So it looks like one of these ice packs that you can put in the freezer. The other half did not have such a collar, so they went on the treadmill again and did a battery of these tests. In the meantime, all of them were being monitored for vital signs as well as what they perceived to be the level of exertion. Here there's a lot of stats analyzing statistical significance. We can skip through that. The result was that the men with the cold collar increased the time it took for them to go to complete exhaustion by over 5 minutes. If you can see here that if they had the cold collar, they quit at 43 minutes on average, but if they did not have the cold collar, here is no collar, then they quit around 38 minutes. So they could go 5 minutes longer with the cold collar behind their necks compared to without. Going down to the conclusion, the first one is that cooling down the neck enabled these athletes to tolerate higher temperatures and heart rates and go longer before they finally quit. But these data suggests that cooling the neck region really masks the true state of the body, delaying the point at which the voluntary termination of the exercise occurs. The other conclusion is that, and we find this in the discussion, is that using the cold collars does have obvious performance enhancing implications because the athletes can go harder and stronger and longer. But it may also, and here it says, it might pose a threat to the health of the participant. If the external thermal strain, or if the extent of the thermal strain is masked heavily, the athlete might experience potentially dangerous body temperatures that put him or her at a risk for heat illness. So caution might be required when cooling during exercise in a hot environment. So if you think back to the neck fans out there in the market, what this experiment suggests is that they change your perception of your true body heat situation. So you might be really overheating. Your body temperature might be very, very high. The neck fan, what it does by cooling in the back of your neck, it might actually distract you from the true condition of your body. So the bottom line is that neck coolers may actually have limited benefit in terms of lowering your body temperature. A lot of it is a subjective feel of feeling cooler, but not really being cooler. The second big question is really a two-part question. Will this product save your energy bill? And second one is, will it save the earth for future generations? First question about will it conserve energy and save energy costs? Well, this is presuming that if you're wearing this Coolify product or a neck fan, then chances are you don't need to turn your AC at full blast. If you look at the battery capacity of the Coolify 2, it is 5,000 milliamp hours. At 5 volts, which is the standard charging for USB, that is equal to 25 watt hours, which is 0.025 kilowatt hours. Here in Shanghai, where I live, electricity cost is about 10 cents per kilowatt hour. If you multiply these together, charging this whole battery up only costs 0.0025 cents. And if you throw in a little bit of inefficiency because charging the battery, not all the energy gets stored in the battery, you can just chalk it up to 1 US penny to charge up this product and use it on full blast for 2 hours. Keep you cool for 2 hours straight. Will only cost less than a US penny. On the other hand, if you use air conditioning, that can cost up to 10 to even 60 times that amount. So whenever you can trade off a little bit and use the neck fan and turn down the air condition just a little bit, then you're essentially saving yourself a lot of money, and it's by a pretty big order of magnitude. But then there's the complication of whether, even though that it saves a lot of energy cost and keeps you cool at a reduced price, does this product actually save the planet? And you get into complicated issues of this product has an embedded battery that you cannot take out and remove and replace, and all lithium batteries have a limited lifespan. So you kind of get into issues of, does the cobalt in this battery, was it mined sustainably? What kind of labor it was used? And it gets a bit complex and you never really know, right? I think the bottom line is that if you can use this product for a couple of years and it's saving you your pocketbook and keeping you cool and saves a little bit of energy costs, then it may be worth it. But definitely do not buy simply just to buy another product. And finally, we're at the conclusion of this review. And the question is, should you buy this product? Do you need this product? Well, I have 3 main points to make about this. The first one is that if you're expecting that this product will suddenly turn a hot simmering summer day to cool winter, then I think that is a mistaken belief, because this product can just take the edge off a little bit, but it's definitely not going to change the seasons for you. The second thing is that this product, if you're the kind of person that always feels too hot when it's cold or too cold when it's hot, then this is the right product for you because it has both cold and hot. And often, especially in the office, there's always this conflict about what the right temperature is. You have some people that think it's too cold and other people think it's too hot, and there's this battle to control the temperature. So this is very nice to be able to take back personal control of your personal temperature comfort. And I think it's a year-round product, and if this is kind of what you're looking for, then Coolify 2 is perfect for you. However, the competition to this is just putting on a sweater when you feel too cold and getting a Slurpee when you feel too hot. So nearly zero cost is the alternative. So it makes you think twice whether you want to shell out $250. And the third thing is that if you are a early adopter and you just like wearing something cool like this where you have these bright neon orange bands on the side and you enjoy when people come up to you and ask, what is that on your neck? Then I think there's a little bit of value in this, and especially because it has this nice carbon fiber-esque finish. And if you're looking to be the early adopter to make this the conversation piece, then I think you can say yes, that you should buy this product. And that's it for today's review. If you liked the review, then be sure to check out my next one, which I will put up here for you. Leave me some comments, and I hope to see you next time.